I just bought 5 meters of this plain white cotton and I'm planning to experiment and really challenge myself to make an actual corset. I got this fabric on discount, so I'm not really afraid of ruining it, and it is only for learning purposes. I got these. I got 2 of these white threads. They're like a bit milky color. So got this. So what this is these are the hooks. Apparently this is used very often in corsets. Ideally I would make a corset on a string, because you're supposed to like push the holes and you're supposed to have like a special equipment for that, which I don't have. I think I'm gonna go with the hooks. I'm not exactly sure where to start even, but let's just see how it goes. Okay, honestly, I feel like this is gonna be the trickiest part of the whole process, because I did try to do it before. I think you're only supposed to do one side, because obviously this is the same on the other. I'm honestly not sure if I'm doing it right, because so far it seems like it's very, you see there's like a lot of space. Kind of created this sort of shape, so it's gonna go obviously in the middle. Look at that. Like that. And at the back, I don't know if I need to have one on the side as well. In the middle. I just took this off, and now I'm going to cut out all of these pieces individually, and then I'm gonna put them on my fabric. I think it looks pretty good. Don't forget the seam allowance, very important. I just finished cutting out the corset pieces and I added the seam allowance, and you know, my biggest struggle is I never know how much is a good seam allowance, like how much is enough. I heard it's supposed to be between 1 centimeters to 1.5. But personally, I feel like whenever I add the seam allowance, it always just ruins my designs. Okay, here I see it's a bit uneven, so I need to fix that. Generally, I feel like it just ruins my designs because I never ended up sewing to the whole seam allowance that I included, and it just messes up with my measurements in the end. Anyway, it's always easier to make something smaller. Okay, corset update. I had a chat with my grandma. My grandma is my sewing mentor. She's the only person I know who's the closest to any sort of sewing education, so I always ask her for advice. She told me that you can buy fabric strips that are actually like tunnels, and you can put these through those tunnels instead of sewing the tunnels yourself. Kind of said like, I need to finish it today, I don't have time to go buy anything else, and I'm just gonna use whatever I have. For the inside, you know, when I sew these inside, I think I'm just gonna do another layer of like the complete corset, and I'm gonna like sew it inside and then just like twist it inside out because it's just easier. And I mean, I don't have time to buy any of those tunnels because all the stores are obviously closed right now. It's already, I think it's already 6:30 actually. She was not really happy about it. Then she was like, I don't care, no one's gonna wear it anyways, so, which is right. And yeah, I'm just gonna experiment and I'll see how I manage to do it. Do you hear the sound? It sounds like a good sewing machine to me. Do you hear it? It's like very sturdy, like good seam type of sound. I think there is so much room for error, but I think so far it is looking pretty cute, so let's hope it's gonna continue this way. Because I mean, we haven't really reached the most difficult part. The most difficult part is gonna be when I'm gonna be attaching the plastic things, and then I'm going to think about the inside out thing and like how I'm gonna make it, and I think this is gonna be pretty tricky. So far I love corsets. Corsets are fun, so. So far, I think the shape is actually very, very good. I just need to start adding the plastic things right here. I think it's really cute. Definitely a lot smaller than I hoped. I wanted to really be a lot longer, but okay, remember I was saying how I was gonna sew another layer and I was gonna like twist it inside out, so I do not have any plastic inside. But I think I just figured a better option because I left a lot of seam allowance. There's like extra centimeter and a half. I can just fold it in and I make a stitch, and then it's gonna be a tube like this one. And luckily it is actually the perfect size for the plastic tube. The corset I made just now did not have enough seam allowance to put the plastic strip everywhere, so I just cut out the exact same pattern but longer, and you see how much I have for my seam allowance. A lot. I have like 2.5, 3 centimeters for seam allowance. Let's hope that this time it's gonna be enough. Good morning. I stopped at a point where I finished sewing two bases. The problem I faced was that I ran out of the plastic strips, because remember, this is my kind of second corset. I mean, I never got to finish the first one either, but I still used like a bit of this plastic strips for the first one. Okay, now that I have this, I think I actually should have done it before I added the plastics, but basically I need to fold it here and like make the top with the plastics inside. I'm gonna fold it here and I'm gonna make the bottom. sewing, I feel like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong because my sewing machine just broke down. So because there's a thread, it really like blocks often. I mean, I kind of fixed it, so I can put it back in. It's day 3 of me trying to sew this corset. My sewing machine is fixed. All I needed was some machine oil, and now it works perfectly fine. I'm very much confused, but this is my current progress. I think we're almost done. From the updates, the front is 1 seam. I already attached the hooks at the back, but the thing is, it's not really tight enough around my waist, so I'm gonna add 2 more seams from both sides, just like kind of tighten it a bit more around my waist to make it like that. Okay, this is my first real corset, and I don't know why, but the seam is like going sideways. I'm bending at the back here. I think overall the pattern is pretty successful. It's just that I kinda didn't really sew it straight enough. I am not going to do any more corsets anytime soon because that was not nice. That was a lot of effort. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you next one. Bye!